The Chiefs have one of the most potent passing games in the NFL, and that is not going to change as long as superstar Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are driving the ship. They lost Tyreek Hill a year ago, and media experts were predicting the end of an era. Well, it was not even close. Mahomes just spread the ball around more to the guys Andy Reid kept scheming open, and the Chiefs didn't miss a beat. Kelsey remained the most dangerous tight end in the NFL, and the Chiefs signed Juju Smith-Schuster to take some of the targets that Tyreek left vacant. Well, now Juju is out the door, and with him goes 78 receptions, the second most on the team last year. So someone needs to step up and be a reliable number one receiver outside of Kelsey. Luckily for Chiefs fans, they drafted a guy who has that ability at pick 54 in last year's draft, Skyy Moore. I believe Moore is going to explode this season right when the Chiefs need him most. He is penciled in as the starting slot wide receiver for the Chiefs, where Juju played just a year prior, and he has the skills to replace all 78 of Juju's receptions and more. He was off to a slow start last year, only reeling in 22 catches for 250 yards in the regular season, but at times Moore flashed why he was valued so highly by the Chiefs in the draft. You see, at Western Michigan, Moore was an absolute beast all over the field for his team. He showed the great footwork and hands to win against press coverage off the line. He showed a good understanding of how to manipulate defenders and tell a lie at the top of his route, making defenders believe he would go out before breaking off underneath. Moore has great agility and elusiveness to create separation even against the best athletes in the world. And he proved he was willing to block and compete, which is something that showed up early in Kansas City as well. But his best two traits, he can win high at the catch point with great hops, ball tracking, and body control like a receiver much bigger than himself. And he plays with much more physicality throughout the route and after the catch than your typical 5'10" receiver. Moore is nearly 200 pounds and reminds me of Steve Smith Sr., the way he attacks the ball in the air and uses his strength to fight for extra yards after the catch. He is very willing to catch a ball underneath and take a shot in traffic, or compete against press on the outside to find a little bit of separation that Mahomes can drive a ball into. Even though Moore is currently the slot wide receiver for the Chiefs and he will primarily work underneath, I do expect he will play on the outside some as well with his physicality, ball skills, and 4.41 speed. He has that ability to be a vertical asset for the team at times. The Chiefs need someone to step up, and it's understandable Moore was not ready to do that in year one. He came from a small school that just would not have him against the talent, pressure, or complexity of the game that he faced in the NFL, and there has to be an adjustment period. Andy Reid is a creative coordinator that does not make things so simple from week to week for these wide receivers, but after a year in the system, I have no doubt that Moore will be better prepared to take a huge leap in play this season. He also has only played 4 years at the wide receiver position in his entire life because when he was in high school, he was the quarterback. So now that he is growing more comfortable with the position and the speed of the NFL, I believe the sky is the limit, and it's time for his talent to shine as the number one wide receiver in Kansas City. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave me a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on what comes next. I'm going to try and make a video every single week, so I'll see you again soon.